Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay?
Loud and clear. Can everybody hear us?
We're just gonna have a 5 minute buffer time at the start um for some strandlers to come join in, but hope everyone's Thursday is going well.
I take that as a yes.
So just putting it out there, if anyone has any questions during the webinar, feel free to drop it in the Q&A section. Or even just type it out in chat and we'll answer them all at the end.
Oh, I see Ken is here. Hi, if you can hear me, Ken. Okay.
Out of curiosity, where is everyone joining in from?
I know someone's from Indiana for sure.
Feels like we got some people from all over the country. And I think I saw someone sign up that was from Europe and
Really?
one
Okay.
from Oceania. So
Okay.
yeah, just a quick little rundown for our webinar today. This webinar is going to be mainly revolving around Verbo and how it helps solve problems in in the education setting, whether that be teacher to student or teacher to parent communication, whether that be for schoolwork, parent-teacher conferences, parent-teacher interviews, anything like that. It's gonna be roughly 40 minutes so up from now on. But yeah, I'm gonna go from webinar and we're gonna do live draws for some great prizes that you will see at the end. And obviously, like we previously said before, everyone here today, we are going to send you a free trial code for Verbo. So, and it's not the one that you see on our website. It's gonna be for our Verbo Premium. So it's gonna have all the features that Verbo has to offer. So definitely, after the webinar, just check your emails in upcoming day or two, and we will have the codes sent out to you. Alex right here is going to be our presenter for today. So, yeah, I will now pass it on to Alex and he can take it away from there.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the intro, Oscar. Yeah, maybe just one more minute, and I think there should be some more people want to join us today. And again, by the way, this is the first ever webinar we ever did for Verbo. Right. So, I mean, even though we all been talking about Verbo for quite a few times, but for me, yeah, I still feel like, okay, this time do feel a little bit different. Anyhow, so yeah, like Oscar said, we're gonna talk about Verbo, but I think a lot of you still remember Pivo as a pure docking company. But again, thanks to all the educators of all the feedback, also we learned a lot from all of you that we have evolved from into solution provider. Right. Although now there's the age for AI. So there's a lot of AI application, but the most fundamental one we're looking at would be languages, communication. Right. So that's the number one thing one will address. Okay. All right. And let maybe just 30 more seconds, like 7:05 sharp. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through slides, and I'll try to make it as less boring as possible. Again, I'm just gonna quickly go through the slides. I'll show you what is verbal AI, what it actually does, and also we're gonna do a little role play, and also I have actually a few uh, user case, a real example I want to share with you, and also we can go through some Q&A, and also we'd love to learn, and also to hear exactly what else do you expect from us? What other thing that might help you to communicate better with your students, also with the parents? Okay, all right, now it's 25. All right, so I'm just gonna share my screen. All right, 1 second.
Quick question, everyone. Is the Q&A function working for you guys? Just want to double check before we start.
We all good? Or I think that's a yes, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Good to start.
Well, all right. So again, so we're talking about verbal AI again. Like I said, there's a lot of AI solution out there. If you talk about languages, if you talk about translation, there's a lot of different solution out there. It could be a palm device. It could be a tablet, right? It could be it could be a pocket translator. But what we simply want to do, we want to give you a very flexible solution. It's called Verbal AI. So again, what is Verbal AI? So it's a software that allows to help any educators able to communicate with your students, also with any family, with the parents, right? It doesn't matter where they're from. I mean, doesn't matter, what language to speak, also where they're from. So able to communicate with them at any time, anywhere. And so what is the status quo? So we're looking at about 23%, maybe higher, that English is not the first language. I was one of them. Again, I moved here from Taiwan about 30 years ago because I was a newcomer. So I went through the whole process, and also I struggled for a good 2 years. And also, 1 in 3, parents, they actually miss a lot of good information, important information from school. So I would say my parents, especially my mom, yeah, she was one of them. She missed a lot of information from school since day one, but eventually we caught up. But it took us a long time though. Um, so like I said, verbal AI. What is verbal AI? It's not a typical translation out there, and it's serving every student, also every parent, so they can happen to communicate better and also translate exactly what I have to say. It's not about simple translation. It's also about sharing. It's about how can you be transparent about what is the curriculum, also what is every meeting on any occasion, so able to share with them afterward. And here's a good example of that. So one of the live demo, quick demo, it does real-time transcription, translation too. So a lot of solution out there that, it transcribe translation, but it would wait, you have to wait for the sentence over, but it'll take a little while. But what we do is we want to translate in real time. So there's two factor about real-time translation. It's about how fast it translated, also how well it translated. So those are the two things, we value the most. Right. So this is actually one quick example, but we're gonna do real example after the slides. And what else does it do? So it supports 106 languages today. And so you can look at Espanol, Chinese, German, French, Korean. And also, if you want to be more precise, is that it's actually support 106 countries because a lot of language, they sounds the same, but the dialect's different. For example, Espanol, right? Francais, Deutsch, even Chinese. We have Mandarin, we have Cantonese, right? So I think it's more welcome, it's more inclusive to ask someone. I would say the first sentence, if somebody asks me, is that instead of asking, oh, what languages do you speak? If they ask me that, what country you're from, wow, I think I would feel different. So that's why we're also increasing the number, adding more language as we speak. And also one thing that we want to address, that we wanted to focus on minority languages. So we recently added a Somali, Haitian Creole, Lebanese. Right. So all of those languages are requested by school districts. Right. We got email from them saying that I have a family from Ukraine. Right. So in my entire county, I don't know anyone speak the languages. So that's why we're able to use the software. They're able to communicate with them in real time. And also it doesn't have to pick a specific spot or a specific time able to do that. So it's pretty easy. And how does Verbal AI work? I mean, it's simply capture, translate, and also understand what you said. And also all you have to do, speak naturally, right? If you don't have to force yourself to speak a different language if you really want to address something important to say. So speak naturally, so the verbal AI can capture your voice. And also it will translate up to 8 language at the same time. So it's something called cloud translation, which is pretty cool. I'll show you in a few minutes. And also, we're looking at there's actually three modes you can use from, right? So one of the simplification will be one way direction, one direction for translation. So, for example, a kid is listening to a teacher speaking up there, right? So he can listen to the translation, reading the caption, subtitle, also listen to the translation by audio. And also the second thing, you can also do a two-way communication. You can have two languages translate back and forth. So we call that bidirectional, right? So example would be parent-teacher conference, IEP, right? Or anything you do one-to-one. Maybe you can even use that for the nurse's room, for a nurse's office. And also for family example, that also you can able to log into your mobile device. If you have a field trip, for example, you're able to use that on your phone, maybe on your iPad. So it supports both Android and iOS. Again, pretty easy. And so again, so it transcribes exactly what you say, also with clean wording, refine what you have to say, and also it summarize everything for you. Right. Again, the example show you was pretty cool. Also, I wish I could have that when I was a kid. It would make my day a whole lot easier. And also, if you finish the conversation or classroom, you're able to go back to your record and ask AI any question about your meeting, about your class. So AI can address. It's not just a simple keyword search. You can ask any question about that class, about your content. And also, again, so we're looking at there's so many good features. So we're looking at real-time transcription, bidirectional translation, again, for two language transfer back and forth, and also speaker dialization, AI able to identify each speaker by different color and names, and also floating subtitle. It's like translation. It's feel like you're watching a movie with subtitle. And also, the AI able to do terminology. So a lot of special name and places, right? So you can even have AI to have you can actually upload that terms into AI. So verbal AI is able to record it. So whenever you address for that term, you'll come out automatically. And also, again, though, it will give you instant summary. And also, let me get back to the question, after slides. And again, go ahead and post a question. We're going to address them one by one. And also, we give you instant translation. Again, what's always a summary. So you don't have to go back and trying to summarize everything said. Just go with the flow. So AI will take care of the rest. And also for transcript Q&A. So again, you can ask anything about AI. And so so look at the real classroom, also for family example. So first would be parent-teacher conference, which has happened, throughout, I would say it should be the end of the year, maybe October, November, right? So able to do transcript, translation, and here's a good example for summary, right? Here, again, this is a good example, but we're going to go through verbal AI. We can do a live example after slides, right? Again, it's pretty simple. And also for classroom, right? You're able to transcribe for special terms, right? And also for EO students that for any international student, for any newcomer, even for ASL, right? You're able to again, this is a software that is not just pure for translation though. You apply for every different the way to use it. So for STEM, for EOL, for ASL, for sign languages, they don't have to rely on sign interpreter. They can just go ahead and read the subtitle. So for classroom, there's a lot of ways we can help the kids. And also school to home, you're able to communicate better with families, right? Especially for IEP meetings, school sample, newsletter, you're able to translate that for them on daily basis. And also the teacher, right? They spend zero effort for anything related to translation. Verbal AI will take care of it. And like I said, one of the example that from a easy user is what I said, So I think that, besides this quote, I think a lot of a misunderstanding could be simply avoided if everything is translated properly at the right time, right? So if we have this tool access, for every family and kids, there's actually a lot of way we can help them to be successful. And also one of the most important thing is about privacy, data compliance. Yes, so I think this should be the number one thing we should take a look. So we are compliant with COPA. Also, if you're talking about education related, we are compliant with COPA, also LO2D. So one in California, one in New York. So we're able. So the idea is that all the data are stored in your device, nothing goes to cloud. So for example, that if I log into my computer in my classroom today, but as the teacher, when I go back home, that summary, that notes, it doesn't carry over to your personal laptop. You have to go ahead and export it. Also, you have to email it to yourself, for example. So that's why data only stored in the device. So that's why it doesn't go anywhere. And also you can use our friendly we call the AI devices. It's like a lapel microphone. You can even use our dock cam, right? For example, if you're not moving around, you can use our people document camera to record your voices for Vurbo AI. But we have a few pretty cool lapel mic, which will be one of the raffle we're gonna give away today, right? So simply put on the lapel mic. Again, you're good to go. Right, you can walk away. You can walk away in the classroom. You could actually even walk away, the auditorium if you wanted to. And also, we have a few plans. So we're talking about advanced, professional, and premium. But everything started from $49 and above. But also, we are able to tailor made also to fit your budget because I know that all the different schools have different budget, also different to where you use it. So instead of corporate pricing for IP for with serving the EDU customer, that we're able to work with you depends on your budget. So we've been doing that since about 6 months ago. Yes, we have a lot of schools coming back to us with different budget, with different needs. Also, they use the way to use verbal is different. So we're able to work with them one by one. So come to us. So see how we can help you. Okay, all right. So let me just go ahead. Why don't we stop for a minute? Any questions so far before I jump into? Let me just go ahead and address the question. Somebody said something. Uh, yes, I mean it's a huge time saver to be honest, right? Because one of the I would say the pain point about translation is that a lot of school district they're still using services from real person come in, right? It would take time, it would take a lot of effort, and also we call actually the cost for that would be a lot, right? That's why the idea about verbal AI is able to have you install in any device and you can initiate communication right away for translation. You don't have to wait till somebody have to schedule time and come in. So for example, I mean, I remember 30 years ago. So when my mom trying to come in and communicate with my teacher, my actual principal, she needed to schedule at least 3 weeks ahead of time. So which means it was going to be next month. So a lot of problem needs to get done solved right away, but nothing happened. But with this, any parent come in, they can simply say that, okay, so I'm available on Friday. Why don't you come in? So you can pick any location in the school as long as they have a panel, right? You have a laptop, you're good to go. And simply just go ahead and say what you have to say. All right, so let me just go ahead and let's do a few live demo for Verbal AI. Let's do a few easy example and see how it works. Should be pretty related to day-to-day classroom practice. Okay, so can everybody see my screen? Good. All right, good. Okay, so this is Verbal AI, okay, with the simple, elegant platforms, okay? On the left, those will be history. So you can have different classroom notes one by one, right? This includes your title, your transcript, your summary, also your personal notes, one by one. And also all the data are only stored in your device. It doesn't go anywhere. And also for you can quickly by clicking start, or you can just go ahead import your file. You can do channel management for QR code. Also you can do classroom grocery, right? Which means that you're able to upload your personal list for different word for different special terminology. Is that AI able to remember that? So on the bottom, those are presets. So one of the things we want to do is that for anybody to log in, you're able to have a different preset for different languages or for different occasion, right? Because I have a few presets. So again, it could be one-to-one, Mandarin to English. This could be IEP meeting. This could be a parent-teacher conference. So whenever you log in, you can find your preset. You're good to go, right? So again, so if I'm in a different location, I'll log into different device. I can just go ahead and find my preset again for different purposes, and I'm good to go. And so let's start with oh, what were the AI? That's a good question though. I think one of the major difference would be cost. Yes, but we can get back on that. Yes, there's like a major different cost. Also, for Worthy AI, they're more into commercial practice, but we also do the same thing. But we want to focus more on human to human, one-to-one communication. Right. I mean, there's a few ways. Let me show you. All right. So, for example, if you want to this, if this is your first time using Verbal AI, all you have to do is just click start. Right. And so that's just say that you just have to put input language. So in this case, I'll put English. That's what happened. And also, these are the language list, even though it's kind of small, but I'm going to show you. This is actually a long list we're accumulating. So about 6 months ago, we only support about 70 plus languages, right? But thanks to all the good feedback. So all the beta are the input feedback from the school districts. So for example, Nepali, that's one of them. Yes, I think it's about 3 months ago. Yes, I think somewhere in Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, they said there's a family from Nepal, and not entire county, perhaps not the entire state, has someone speak Nepali, right? Also, what else is happening? Somali, right? Also, we're talking about Haitian Creole, Persian, right? Haitian Creole's right here. Right, so we're able to address that. So if you have any language you wish us to help, let us know. So we would find a language model, we're able to test it. If it works, we're at it. So I think that we're pretty responsive to all your feedback. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna pick a language. Let's do the typical, Espanol. And also I'm gonna pick Mexico because for Espanol, there's different languages, there's different countries. So okay, click start and I'm going to do instant translation. And also, there's one thing about verbal AI. For any AI, okay, even those AI, we assume they're smart, but you still need to give them guidance what to do. So, for example, you need to tell them which microphone to pick out your voice. That's it. Otherwise, because verbal AI needs to be able to have a microphone to capture your voice in real time. Also, what is happening? Here's a fun one: profanity. I think I explained to some of them. So this is a feature we added about a few months ago. It happened from I think one of the meeting from school, and I think one of the parents got really excited, and so a lot of interaction. So I think they have to shut down the meeting somehow. So that's why we're gonna block the word. But again, we don't really encourage anyone to do that. But it's just a small feature that we added, based on your feedback. Okay, so I'm going to click star. Okay, I'm just gonna give a few seconds. All right, it's good to go. So you can see that it actually does real-time translation like this. It doesn't wait until the sentence is finished and give you that translation about 3 second, 4 second delayed. But everything is real time. And also you fix the grammar, also the sentence structure until your sentence finished to give you that perfect translation. And somebody asked me that how well does your language translate if you talk about percentage. But if you're talking about Mandarin, if you talk about Espanol, I would say the good 95% or plus, of course. But it translates even better if you select the right country. It helps to improve the efficiency, accuracy about verbal AI. But you look on the screen, sure. But what else can you do? You're able to bring up a subtitle, right? So pretend that you have a separate screen, you have a second screen in the room, or you want to use as a floating subtitle on the bottom. So you can change the font, you can change the font size, you can change the color, you can have it horizontally or vertically, and I'll change the size a little bit small, and I'll change the color. So this for
I think you're breaking up a little bit, Alex.
yes. Hello?
Okay, I think you're back to normal.
We're good? Okay. Yes. So imagine that if you have two separate screens, you can have this screen drag into a second screen so everybody can look at real-time subtitle line by line, sentence by sentence, right? This is one simple way to use it. Okay. And another way to use it, also you can either pause it or you can just go ahead and stop the meetings or stop the classroom. So you'll get that translation, transcribe notes and details, and also you get that audio part as well, right? And real time that the AI is going to give you a generate a subject, and also you'll give you a summary right away. Right. So for example, maybe we can show, let me show you about summary. That's a fun part. So there's a different template for different summary. So if it is a classroom related summary, I can go to lecture. So you will load the different template, depends on different occasion. So if it's an instruction, you want to give that to the kids, that'd be great. And also then you just go ahead and select the language, what they need. So in this case, Portuguese. So it translates right away. And I hear, so many example about from parent-teacher conference. They're able to generate a summary and translate that summary before they even go out the door. Right. It only takes a few seconds. Also, recently, about maybe 2 weeks ago, again, we want to enhance the summary to bring you more information about what you have learned. So this is the new feature that you're able to visualize your uh, your notes. So we also do infographic summary. So it takes about a few seconds. But again, so also you can do a flow chart. Also, you can do comics. Right. It takes about a little while to do that. But we can get back to that. But again, this is another way to use it for that. But let me maybe have an example I can show you. Okay, so this is the infographic summary. Again, like this, right? This is a project that, I mean, this is a example. You can do a different infographic summary, or you can do a flow chart. You can even do comics, right? All you have to do is export that image and also share with it with the people you want to share. Again, pretty simple. And also, what is another way to use it? Okay, this is another occasion that's what about one-to-one, right? So that's, for example, this is tonight is a parent-teacher conference night, and you have a parent come in, right? You're totally unprepared. Also, the interpreter didn't show up. So I have one for English Mandarin. I speak Mandarin, by the way. All right, so now I have set AI to translate two languages at the same time. 今天晚上很高兴碰到大家。Right. So it's not just word. Also, what else you can do? You can turn on verbal interpretation, which means that AI can translate verbally in different languages.
对，这不只是文字而已，你还可以做的另一件事是开启语音口译，这表示 AI 可以用不同语言进行口头翻译。
我今天还没有吃晚餐，所以我等一下打算去买麦当劳。可是我太太知道的话，应该会很生气，因为她希望我减肥。
I haven't had dinner yet today, so I'm planning to go get McDonald's in a bit. But if my wife finds out, she'll probably be really mad because she
Well,
wants me to lose weight.
Anyway, so that's just an example that you can actually do live bi-directional translation though. Could imagine that it doesn't have to be in classroom. It could be in a nurse's office. It could be in a front office. So all you have to do is just find a private room and turn this on. You can use any panel, any device, so you can have this two-way translation. Also, what's going to happen by the end of the conversation? Again, you simply have to stop the meeting, and you can have a summarize and also have it translated. Again, the other person only read Chinese. Okay, go ahead, and then we can translate for them right away. Pretty easy, right? And so now we're looking at one directional translation, bi-directional translation, and a lot of translation out there. They only do take care of one translation, one language at a time. So what do we have today? We call that cloud translation. So that's why channel management is important. So for example, okay, I'm gonna launch another translation. Okay, also I'm gonna have translate to let's pick a different language. Let's do Persian. Let's do Filipino. Nah, you know what? Let's do Italian. Sounds fun. Okay. Okay, so now it's translating. Okay, now he's doing this job, but all of a sudden, more parents show up, or maybe another language, another kid show up. So we have something called cloud translation. Simply activate it. You can also have a different virtual classroom or meeting room for that. For example, again, this is a PTA meetings. So all you have to do, just go ahead, create a virtual classroom. And also it supports up to 10 languages. So how do you get access? You initiate verbal clouds. So there's actually three easy ways to access to that. They can simply scan the QR codes, or they can just go to the link shared by you ahead of time, or they can simply go to the website and type in the password. So I'm going to use my phone, for example. All of you can try. Let me make it bigger. So I have pre-selected a few language for this meetings. So I'm going to use my phone. So it works with any device has a browser. So on my tab, that you're able to see the language was actually selected by me, a few hours ago. So I'm going to pick Japanese, for example. All of you can try. So you will see that you can actually see real-time Japanese floatings right away. And you can listen to it and read it. Right, so it's about easy access. Anybody can come in, they can join the call, they can again, they don't have to interrupt anyone. They can just go ahead and scan the code. They can just go ahead and read it or listen to translation on their personal device, which you don't really need to show them what to do. Right? Again, this is something that it's a lot different from everyone else. Okay, and also we do a lot. Also, we do a lot of corporate also events practice. So we have an event that we can this ones that we share up to 1,000 people. So everybody come in the room, scan the codes, and they just simply read the translation on their phone or a tablet in this case, right? Which is pretty simple. Again, I can just go ahead and have it summarize. And if it's also there's a different template. It could be a journal meeting. This could be interview. If you also working with a few clinics, so it could be healthcare. Again, so it depends on what kind of occasion template you want. I can just go ahead. Again, this will be a detailed summary. Just load the template. Again, AI will take care of that for you. So you no longer have that person who's doing all the note taking for school board meetings, for a parent teacher conference. AI will take care of that for you. All you need to do is tell the AI which microphone to capture your voice, and you're good to go. So back in the preset, that again, there's so many good examples here. So you can set different preset for different occasions. So it depends on how much you need, right? So you don't really need to worry about, okay, is there a limit? No, there's no limit. You just have to reach out to the family and students and let them know they can help. Okay, so that's Vurbo AI. That's real time. But I'd like to show you a real example, before we go to raffle. Also, go to Q&A. Okay, so I have actually two examples I'd love to share with you. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so one of the example is from Connecticut. Yes, so the story began from a little kid that I believe that he's from China. He's a third grader. So what happened? Oh, let me make it bigger. So the multi-language specialist, also the ER teacher, so they will communicate with them at least once or twice a week during recess. So they will make sure that everything's okay, right? It's not just a simple translation to teach them where's the restroom, where's the cafeteria. They want to understand exactly what's going on in the classroom, any concern, does he have any worry, right? So they've been doing that about since 6 months ago. I haven't heard anything from them, so I think so far so good. So what happened next would be they actually use it for a parent-teacher conference. So their parent came, right? So the teachers simply just have to open a Vurbo AI and do the translation, and that's it. And also everybody can read the subtitle translation back and forth on the big screen. I believe that they're using Promethean in this case, right? So they don't have to go to a specific room and try and take care of that. No, they just find a regular classroom and they do a two-way translation right away and solve the problem. Also, a summary, it actually helps a lot. So before they walk out this door, they're able to receive the summary, have it translated, and email to them right away. And also the next time when they do visit, they can go back to summary, they can review what happened. So they're doing a lot of day-to-day communication based on real time. And also I heard from them is that they even do translation per classroom. For example, that they're able to have verbal AI translate curriculum for the kids for a different class. So for example, that if the first period is social studies, so the teacher able to record her voice, have it retranslated, and give a bullet point summary and email to multilingual specialist. So every single day, the parent will receive a summary for the classroom, from the classroom the kid needs help the most. So they're able to catch up. So this is actually a great tool for the kid to fit in to learn a lot faster because a lot of newcomer, a lot of family, I mean, because they're smart and they're bright, but they just need a little bit push and help. They help them to understand better. Okay, so another quick example that I think is pretty interesting. So one of the example you probably imagine that probably don't need translation. Oh, let me what happened here? It's actually Nebraska. So what happened in Nebraska? They call them that they're recruiting. They're trying to recruit more child taker. Okay. So a lot of parents actually they go to work. So there's a major teacher shortage. So they don't know what to do. So it's a farming state. So the plan B is that they're recruiting moms, to be a caretaker for the school, but they need to pass the test, and the content is purely English. So what happened is that they're able to read English subtitle, and also they're able to listen to real-time translation by audio. So that's actually how they learn. They've been doing that since about 6 months ago. Right, so they do weekly meeting, weekly in class, and help them to pass the test. So they're trying to recruit more and more moms, maybe grandmom, join the school and help the kids. So actually, this is one of the very interesting example I hear so far. So that's why we put it as a story out there, right? So for translation, actually, there's a lot of option for you. You shouldn't try to limit yourself that you only able to do this and that. With verbal AI, I don't think there's a lot of things you can do, to help the kids also have to communicate it with the families. Okay, and okay, I'm gonna stop right here. Again, I've been talking for 25 minutes. I think I'm doing great with my time. Okay, so why don't we, Oscar, are we doing Q&A now or?
We can do Q&A now. So I'll give you guys like a minute or two to post any questions you may have, but in the meantime, let's do the raffle first, whilst everyone is
Oh,
posting
yes.
the questions. Yes.
Sure, sure. Okay. All right, let's do raffle first.
So if you have any questions, be sure to just post in the chat or the Q&A, and we'll come back to them after the raffle. So
Right.
for raffle today, we got a few products. Alex will introduce them real quick right now.
Sure. So, I mean, you spent all this time with me, you can't walk away empty, some of you can, I mean, some of you, would be lucky today, to walk away with something, with that of a price. So, so first raffle would be IP cast. I actually have it in front of me. It's actually right here. So what is this? So it's a latest gadget by IPvo. So for you to simply to project your device to the wall, right? So what is replacement for what? It's actually a replacement for your Chromecast, and you can mirror your screen to the wall. It's pretty easy, just plug and play. And by the way, it's only $89. Okay, so that's the first thing, and not to mention that the microphone you're able to use, right? So with this lapel mic with Verbal AI, you're able to walk freely in the classroom, right? You can capture a voice, so you get two mics instead of one. One for you, one for TA, also maybe one for for the kids. Or if you're doing an engagement with family, that could be one for a family, one for yourself. You're able to to communicate better. So all you have to do is put the mic in front of you, or you can put on your shirt, right? So again, you can just talk comfortably to the mic. And the third prize again will be IPO.cam. I'm sure you guys, some of you will love it. Again, plug and play USB. That's for that. And also the speakerphone, right? If you happen to have a parent teacher conference and any type of meeting, you can also use that with Verbal AI. Okay. All right. So let's do the first one. All right. We're gonna spin the wheel tonight. Okay. All right. So how are we doing it
That's not
with
the one.
names?
That's not the one.
Oh, all right. Let me.
Do we have the
I do. Yes.
wheel? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Sorry about that. And also, make sure that we're gonna reach out to you later first thing in next week. Okay, let me see if that's the one. Nope, that's not the one.
Do you just? I think you.
Oh, okay. Let me try that again. Do I have to refresh?
It's not working.
Or
Natalie,
now,
do you have it?
Yeah,
Let
I
me
have
answer
it.
some questions
Let me-
while Natalie's switching.
sure.
So
Yeah. Why do we do
let's
question
see.
now?
How many users per account? So it's you can have one person using the account, like only one person using the account at one time. So if you had like two people concurrently using it, the the latter would be using it and the earlier one would probably be logged off. How many templates do you have? Off the top of my head, I don't remember how many pre-built templates we have, but you're able to set your own, as Alex said before. So, in theory, infinite, tailored to your needs.
We have about I would say about 10 to 15.
Yeah, we have
About
like 10 to 15 preset ones, but you're welcome to dictate and create your own.
right. Or
Yeah.
if you had any special need for any template, let us know. So we can
Yes.
possibly add another template. So again, Vurbo.ai is based on feedback. All right, so let's do IP forecast first, okay? So Natalie, you want to spin the wheel?
Okay.
Okay, so the winner goes to April. Okay, it's April here. Can you say hi to us?
Oh, she's here.
All right,
Yes, I am.
April. Yeah, so where you from? So April, where you from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay. Oh, okay. I was just in NIDA a few weeks ago. Did you go to NIDA?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, they talk about NIDA, I mean, they talk about Burple at NIDA a lot. Yeah, since that's sometimes you can definitely. But again, so IP Vocast, right? Again, so if you want to simply project your phone, your laptop, to your screen, just plug and play. So there's no Wi-Fi, there's no network involved. It's purely, P2P, point to point. That's it. But again, Bob, we're going to show you how to use it pretty easy. All right. Okay. So enjoy. Congrats. All right. So what do we do in the next one? Yep. Let's do the document camera, DoCam. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
plug and play.
DoCam.
All right. So who's the winner? All right. You might. Oh, well, Cindy's still there. Okay. Paul. Okay. Where's Paul? Hello, Paul. Can you say hi to us? Or not? Is he here? Or
Maybe he left it, or
He's still in the meeting,
okay.
but
meeting? Okay.
well,
All right.
put it on hold for now. Move to the next one. We'll
Sure.
come back later.
Sure. Okay. So next, let's do lapel mic. The mic do it. The lapel mic sets. All right. The winner goes to. No, this one doesn't count. It's a note taker.
Are they actually in as the note taker, or because I don't
It's
see
No, it's
they're-
yeah, it's just a
okay.
note taker. Yeah. So we can go ahead and remove that. Yeah. Next.
Let me see. And Tracy Moore.
Tracy Moore. All right. So hi, Tracy. Hello. Can you say hi to us? Or not? Well, I mean, I should be. Well, I think that lapel mic, is able to help you.
He's here.
Oh,
He's
there you
here.
are. Oh, there
Okay.
you are. Yes. So where?
Okay.
So where you from?
Oh,
Oh, let, let me see if I can unmute.
Oh, all of you mute. Oh, we are so sorry.
that's our problem.
Oh, that's our problem. Technical problem.
You can
By the way,
you can
this is
blame
our
Alex if
first
you want.
webinar, okay? So
Yeah.
we have some, we have some learning to do anyway. Yes.
But
Not sure how.
There we go.
Oh, there
there
you
we
are.
go.
Hi, Tracy.
I'm from Rock Hill,
Hi.
South
How you doing? So
Carolina.
where are you from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay. Great. Okay. Hopefully, Vurbo.ai, you able again. For Vurbo.ai, we're gonna send you the license code, but we are able. Also, we're gonna help you to show you how to use it. We're gonna provide a quick. I think all we need is a 10 minutes from you one-to-one time. We're gonna show you how to
Sure.
use it again. It's gonna be
Yeah,
pretty
so
easy.
everyone, once you get the code, if you need like any type of assistance, like knowing what to use it for or just learning the whole software, feel free to schedule a demo with like any of us from the IPvo team, and we're more than happy to hop on a call, like a 10-minute quick call with you to walk you through all the different features and how to use it. So rest assured, we're going to be here.
Okay, all right. So we have one more prize to give away, which is a speakerphone. All right, so why don't we spin the wheel again? All right, the lucky winner goes to Benedict. All so okay, is he here or not? If he's not here, now we go to the next person. Right. One Mississippi, two Mississippi. Is he here?
He's here.
Oh, hi. Okay. Hi. So where you from?
Can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear.
Yes.
Yes. Hi. So where you from?
Southern California.
Southern California. Which part of Southern California?
Irvine area.
Irvine.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Well, because Natalie actually she's in Los Angeles, so I'm sure that we're able to help you, with translation.
Nice.
We can able to.
I'm gonna
Okay. Yeah.
schedule a demo with you guys. Perfect.
Exactly. Yes.
Definitely.
We're gonna show you how to use it, in person, perhaps with that. Okay. Well, again, thank all of you for joining the call today. So I would
In
say
1 second to answer the rest of the Q&A.
Yep. Let's do. Yep. Let's
Real
do
quick, Katrina and the
Q&A.
conversation saved in the written language in their native. Yes, you can save the conversation as a translated version, and that applies to the summary as well. The transcript and the translation and the summary can be saved in whatever language you choose. When it processes medical and other situations, does it need other templates? You can have a medical specific template, or you can have it if it's just a general meeting or general lecture, then you're free to use those templates, but you can also make a medical template. I believe we have a medical template actually.
We do. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, depends on depends on the context, but you can use any template that fits your need. How can an in-person presentation or a virtual presentation work with Vurbo.ai? So you can either use the QR code cloud translation function like Alex showed before, or you can use the floating subtitles. If you're sharing your screen or giving a presentation, you can just have it pinned towards the bottom or top of the screen, side of the screen, split screen, any way you want it.
Yeah. Also for
Yes.
QR code that I have a school district, I believe in Colorado, so they plan to use that for their graduation for seniors. Right.
And
So
can
they
it be
want the parent to actually scan the code. They don't need to worry about, because again, I think one of the problems is that the microphone speaker is horrible actually in the gym. So they want everybody to read the subtitle, but for anyone who need additional language support, go ahead and scan it. Yeah, so I think that's one of the perfect scenario, how we actually develop these products.
Okay, unless can it be installed on multiple devices? Yes. So iOS, Android, Windows, Mac OS, and yeah. So you can have it installed on multiple devices, no problem. But just a reminder, you can only have one device concurrently signed in.
Right, because
And actively using, I mean, not just signed in.
yes.
Yeah.
And also we are
Actively.
the for EDU folks that we are offering a unlimited, packages option for you because a lot of corporate users they're using pay as you go. They actually buy credits, right? So that's why we only allow one user to log in at a time. But you can actually use it, whenever you want, wherever you want. It's actually limited for all the basic features. Yes.
Yeah. I believe that's all the questions. Did you already answer the one about the differentiator from Wordly?
Oh yes. So I think we can talk about pricing later. But if you're talking about the cost between us and Worldly AI, we about at least half, perhaps one third of its cost. Yes, but you have to compare exactly what feature you're looking at. But we're looking, it's like a more overall um, cost comparison for that. Yes, and also Worldly AI is more into commercial practice for seminar for large events. But for this, we do both. It could be a small event, it could be one-to-one, right? It could be, a large conference, right? So it depends on, where you come, well, it depends on where you're coming from, right? So we're able to be more flexible, but most important that we're able to nail down the translation. You have to be good translation, also fast translation, and also super easy to share. So those are the things that we value the most, and also not most importantly is about the data compliance. Right. So those are the four major things that we value the most. So in terms of communication, also especially with the students and kids. Okay. Any other question?
I think
Yes.
that's all of
Again.
them. Yes, there is going to be a replay. We have the meeting recorded, and along with the Verbo code that you're going to be receiving, we're also going to send out a recording of the webinar in case you want to look back on it. But any other questions, you're all more than welcome to send us an email, schedule a demo, or even visit us at ISTE. So for anyone that is going to ISTE in Orlando next month, we are going to be there. So definitely come by, say hi. We're going to be hosting more raffles giveaways as well. So
Since
yeah,
we talk about SD, just want to show you the slides. Yes. And
please.
so for SD Orlando this year, so we're gonna be at booth 2224 for Orlando.
Yeah.
So anybody can go plan to go to ISTE, come and say hi to us. We have new raffle to give away. We have new swag to give away, and it's gonna be super exciting. And also, we have also a couple new products we'd like to share everyone. So just come by if
Yeah.
you ever
And
happen.
also live Verbo AI demos. So come
Yes.
on, come on out. Yeah.
Come on and talk to us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah, that concludes our webinar for today. Thank you all for being part of our first webinar. We plan to host one, every quarter or every 2 or 3 months. And we're going to do it on, a wide variety of different topics. So not just education, so even medical, legal, but our main or our biggest fans are in the education market. So there's definitely going to be more education based webinars in the future as well. So definitely stay tuned. And thank you all for coming.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Take
Have a good
care.
night, everyone.
Bye.